Thank you, Adam. Hey, everyone. Thanks for coming out and being here and listening to our pitch and our journey. And to an extent, it's quite emotional because we've come quite a long way since we started more than about 5 years ago. So just seeing different ones coming out one by one, it's quite heartwarming. And I think if I look across this hall, because we are in a really exciting and interesting point of our journey. If you are here, I think I will put you in a few categories, okay? Number one, you have been working with us. You are either a developer, a banker, a real estate agent, or people we've partnered with, in different technology or different aspects. So you are here because you already know us and you know what we are capable of and you know the potential. So when you found out about investing, you're like, wow, okay. Here's my way in to these numbers. Just to sidetrack a bit. I want to thank Kenny really because you may think that everyone come here is our own kakilang, our own people. But Kenny, I literally just met for the very first time just now, about a few hours ago. And before that, I just got off the phone with him. Only I talked in one conversation. So he came in and then he shared. So another round of applause for Kenny. Thank you for that. Yeah. And what things that he's sharing, and even David and different speakers, is a real validation of our goals and our aspirations. All right. What was I saying? Okay, so one category of people, those of you who worked with this before. Another category of people are probably those of you who are like first degree, friends, family, or here to support. And I'm really, really thankful and cherish that as well because you're here to come and show support and then fill up our seats so we don't look so sad. But actually, across the room, I can see actually many, many new faces. So I'm thankful for that. And the third category could be people who are just, you just don't know about MHub, but you found out about this, you heard about this, and you're just curious. And you just, maybe you're a VC, maybe you're people who are keeping in touch with the industry and you saw this new opportunity and you just came here out of curiosity, right? So I coined this saying, okay, I trademarked it, okay? This saying that says that visionaries see common sense before it's common, right? I'll repeat that. Visionaries see common sense before it's common. And I think whatever you're trying to do, to us in the team, it kind of feels at this point like common sense already. Right? But to a lot of people, it's still like something like, it's not yet tried, it's not yet proven, we are still, and when things are unknown and unclear, people are still afraid and they not jump in, right? But some people, they just know it in their heart, in their mind, they know this is just the way it has to be. It makes sense. It's common sense, right? It's common sense. But I'm surprised when you go and talk to different people one by one, they're like, hey, I don't get it. Oh, it's complicated. Oh, so scary. Oh. So there's different people with, I don't blame them because they don't see it. But I believe in this place, there are people who can see it, right? And especially those who came up to share. That's why we are with them, because they see it. They see the potential of tech, they see potential of platforms, and they see a potential in MHub. Right? So today, my role and our role is try to bring some of you to see it. I'll be kidding myself to say that every 100% of you will see it, honestly. Because not everyone has that kind of foresight, necessarily. But I do hope most of us will see it, okay? That's my goal, okay? To try to get most of us to see it, and be in 5 years from now, I was in that room, I heard Jason and Craig and the whole team share, and I invested, look where I am now, just in the Bahamas and holiday and traveling. I hope, that's the aspiration, that's the dream. But let me share a bit about the power of platforms. Something interesting is happening, right? Have you seen this word before forwarded to you in a WhatsApp? I want you to Google it. Just Google it. Something interesting is happening. Can you Google that phrase? Okay? Later on, you can also Google Rafiz Rasidi, Google David Chong, Google Kenny Lee, and these are people you know that who they are in our industry, in our market. But just more often than not, in the afternoon when I Google it, I saw this page next. Okay, how many of you have seen this? Can I see a quick show of hands? How many of you have seen this? Only so few. Seriously, if you've seen it, please, I just want to see who you are. Okay. Wow, so I'm introducing something new to you, all right. Good. Okay, so this is the page. If you search Google image and you search the page, this is likely what you saw, right? Okay, hopefully it's nothing else. Maybe lower down, there'll be other things, but this is the page you'll see. Okay, zoom in, go to the next page. All right, Uber, or Uber, wherever you're from, okay. The world's largest taxi company owns no vehicles. True or not? Facebook, The world's most popular media owner creates no content. True or not? Alibaba, the most valuable retailer, has no inventory. Airbnb, the world's largest accommodation provider, owns no real estate. M-Hub, fill in the blanks. yeah, come. Side note, actually, if you search the picture and you go through it, you will see different brands. Put in 1, 2, 3, 4. Their brands is the fifth brand because they want to put themselves in that category. But that's the goal, and that's the potential of platforms. Okay, next. Something interesting is happening. These businesses don't directly create or control inventory via a supply chain the way linear businesses do. Instead, this platform business don't own the means of production. Instead, they create a means of connection, a means to connect. That's what the platform is. Next. A platform is a business model that creates value by facilitating exchange between two or more interdependent groups. Okay? If you've seen our videos, if you've seen our pitch, you know that we work with different people, different parties in the real estate transaction cycle, in the whole platform, right? Usually consumers and producers, right? Platforms harness and create large scalable networks, means networks that can grow, people groups that can grow, right? And resources that can be accessed on demand. Platforms create communities and markets with network effect that allows users to interact and transact. And what we mean by network effect is when there is more of one side, then the other side will add value. And when there's more of this side will value. So it's a network effect, right? So it's like for us, if there's more buyers, then there's more developers with value. And the more developers, then agents will. So there's a harmonious way that everyone adds value in a win-win-win scenario. So platforms has changed the way we interact, the way we consume entertainment, the way we travel, the way we do a lot of things. Why not disrupt? Why not change the way we buy properties? Why not change the way we apply for loans? Why not change the way we find out our credit worthiness? Why not? Right? It makes sense. Okay, to me it makes sense. I don't know about you, but it feels like the natural progression. Next. Okay, just to give you a difference on how platform differs from other tech. Okay, when you say, startup, tech, all same. But our challenge is because we are not B2C, we are B2B2C. So people, normal consumers, they don't get what we're trying to do. They usually, when we go to pictures and events and all that, they give us a blank face. Okay, I look at this hall. Majority of you are not giving me blank face. Thank you. You give me engaged and you're awake. So I think also because you already know what you're getting yourself into, and that's why you are here in this place for this opportunity. So, well done to us for getting you guys here. Well done, yeah. All right. So platforms, in a platform, many people make, many people sell, right? And in contrast, when I explain the rest, maybe you understand how it looks like. So software company, someone builds a software, and then they sell to many. Like SaaS platforms. Sometimes when you, like say a game, a software developer makes a game, Angry Bird, and then sells the game many times. Right? They sell it for cheap, 99 cents or $2. But they spend money to build one game, and they sell it many times. Or Microsoft Word or Photoshop or whatever it is they use. So service provider, hire one, sell one. Means like maybe a Grab. You get this taxi driver, this driver, and then you pay him for the service. Or Fiverr, you engage this designer, does the work, and you pay. So there's a one-on-one thing. Product company, you build one product, you make one product, and you sell that product. Let's say a shoe, Reebok, or Nike, or whatever the latest trend is. You make one shoe, you sell one. You make like Lazada, maybe you make this one, you sell one. Okay? I mean the people that sell on Lazada. But then, a platform is many people make and many people sell. All right? So the platform owner owns the platform. Like say, okay, like the examples of Apple, Airbnb, all this, Facebook, they are the platform. They don't own the products, but they are the platform for the transactions. I hope you're following me. I hope I'm not losing anyone here. Next. 60% of today's billion-dollar unicorn, I hope you know what a unicorn is, not the actual unicorn, are platform businesses. 60%, all right? So you're counting in all other apps, all other things, but 60% of them are platform businesses. In Asia alone, 31 of the 36 unicorns are platforms. And in Asia, within that is China, 81% of the 21 unicorns are platforms. And in India, 8 of 9 unicorns are platforms. All right? What about Malaysia? Where is Malaysia? You know, I think in terms of tech, I mean, just say it, I mean, the facts are, I think we have a lot of catching up to do. But if the trends in the market, if the trends in the world is of any indication, I put my money on platform. In fact, I already did. I put my whole life into it, in fact. My time, my energy, everything. Next. Let's look at it. This is, okay, now I change the gear a bit. Before, you just keep that thought of platform there. I move ahead a bit to prop tech. Modernizing real estate, the prop tech opportunity. If you think about different apps, different things that's being transacted, of all these things, what is the largest asset class in the world? What is the one thing that you spend the most in your life? One-time purchase is your property, right? That's true. Yet it's one of the last to adopt technology. Curious, huh? Curious. I think those of you who are in the industry, you also know. You also like, curious, huh? Why, Why, But it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't until now. Until now, okay? Now. We are here. Okay. In the US itself, 3.5 trillion real estate contributed to the US GDP, the 13% of the total. Construction contribution to US GDP is 836 billion, 4% of the total. 1.3 trillion US existing home sales per year, and 66 billion US residential brokerage commissions per year, okay? I know just now, David and Kenny already shared the local context, so I bring it out a bit into the trends of the world. Next. In Malaysia, the pain in property transaction is complex, okay? When I first started doing this, I didn't know how complex it was, and then when we talk to one stakeholder, and then we talk to another, and then we build one thing, and we build. Sometimes you wonder, hey, gila on this startup have 5 to 7 apps. So other startups have 1 app, already quite ambitious. We're doing like 5, okay? But we did not have a choice because we are genuine in tackling the problems, and that's what it requires, at this point anyway. Maybe it will come to a point where we can consolidate, but for now, this is what's needed, right? In the local context, you can see developers, real estate agents, bankers, buyers, lawyers. The whole value chain, although it's happening, because people are still buying, people are still selling, but it's a painful process, right? It takes too long. And there's no real-time visibility because you don't know buyers, they don't know the creditworthiness. And time equals money. Whatever you say, at the end of the day, time is the most important because with the more time, there's marketing costs, there's maintenance costs, and most of all, it's opportunity costs. This is really a fragmented industry. And I think really what we have, and I'm genuine in saying this, that we have a solution to fix it. Next. A bit more context. Okay, if you are unfamiliar with prop tech, it's not to say a super duper new thing, but it is emerging, it is growing. These are some of the prop tech solutions in the US. Maybe in the 1980s to 2000s, it's more towards real estate of the Microsoft era. Autodesk, CoStar, August, these are some of the prop tech. Next. And then PropTech 1.0, online aggregators. These are your listing sites, all right? Your Zillow, Procure, Trulia, Appfolio, Redfin. In Malaysia, maybe you will say, like David mentioned just now, your Property Guru, your iProperty. So it's very exciting. When it came out, it was like, wow, that was the thing at the time, all right? But we are moving on. Next. PropTech 2.0, bigger is better? No, 2008 to now. WeWork, Airbnb, Cafeteria, OpenDoor, these are some of the things. Purplebricks, these are some of the trends. Again, this is in the US. And we are observing and we are learning and we are applying here. What makes sense to apply here in Malaysia? Next. So, okay, I know there's a lot of words, a lot of things, but suffice to say, PropTech 3.0, the next step, the next phase, the next move, the blue ocean. If you saw the first screen, is a blue ocean. The next exciting space is to look into transactional, a platform that looks from end to end to end. And that means getting everybody on board, and that means providing solutions for every single stakeholder so that we can connect, to speed up, to simplify, and to save costs. So these are some emerging solutions. So if you just want to check them out, you can take a picture and see, what's the valuation like, compare with MHub, and then make your decision, Okay, the tune will be different, The tune will be different. Okay, next. Oh, looking back to Malaysia, coming back home. This was was 1 year or 2 years back. FinTech News chose the top 12 FinTech startups in Malaysia, okay? And if you're familiar, you can see 2 of them are here, okay? MHub is there, and Pitchin is there as well, Same gang, Where's Cash? Okay, so we're on the same list. All right, so that's our office actually, which is just up here. This is an early picture. Yeah. Okay, next. Okay, back to platform. What does it require? What is it? Does it take to have a platform? Okay, people say, oh, platform. Okay, just build lah. Okay, just make a website lah, and then put the things there lah. Build lah. Just we use WordPress lah. Not so simple. Okay, to build a platform, it takes a lot of hard work and it takes a lot of key components, key things. So what we've learned is the 4 key components in a successful platform is these 4 things. Number 1, tools and services. Okay, and this is what we mean by technology. This is what I mean by tech. This is what we mean by the tools, the traditionally you see, oh, this app, that app, this app, the tech. Okay, and I'll just want to acknowledge our CTO over here, John. Give a wave there, John. He just got married, by the way. Yeah. So he is the tools and services guy. Yeah. And number 2, audience building. Okay. No point having the tool, but no one's using it. So to build the audience, to get people on board, to engage, because the traction, this is why we talk about traction. Okay, that's why it's important. That's why tools in US also, they're talking about, they burn because they want to build traction. Because having the technology is not enough, you need people using it, and that's where the value is, right? Number 3, rules and standards. Okay, because what we're doing is we're breaking new grounds. We're building something that does not exist. Seriously, we asked around, what is the role models? Yes, we pointed out some of the apps and some of the startups in the US, but if you were to look at it, we don't really have a clear role model. A bit here, a bit there, a bit here. We need to come up with a localized solution. We need to see what the trends are. We need to see what's the best practice, and we are forming. And I'm glad to say, whatever we're building right now, to some people, it's considered the standard. Right? People are practicing it. When we first started, let's say for a big developer like SP Setia, they will when we meet them, we say, oh, okay, do this, build this. But then after a while, when we work with them, and they know that we work with different developers, after a while, the conversation changed. They say, hey, MHub, how do you think we should do it? How? And then they invite us for the meetings, and they invite us for the projects, and they ask us, what's the best way to do things? Because we already know what's going in the market, and we work with so many different developers and so many different stakeholders, we have a clear picture of what's happening and where the gaps are, and what it takes to fix those gaps. Okay? And what it means by, another thing about rules and standards is about setting things in place. Let's say for your Grab, the rule is you have to do this and you need to wait here and you pay first and blah, blah, blah. These are the different things. It's not just the tech of it, but what makes sense in terms of best practice. Okay, this is another way of putting it. And fourthly, is matchmaking. Okay, again, it's willing buyer, willing seller. How do you connect people in a meaningful way? How do you connect people in a way where transactions can happen? How do you connect people who are wanting to buy with people who want to sell, people who are eligible to buy to products that is eligible to be sold, these kind of things. So matchmaking is a key component. Next. So in MHub, we have tools and services. If we've not emphasized it enough, we have apps, okay? We've got apps. We've closed gaps with apps, all right? And thanks to the team as well, John, every other week we'll come up with a new app, right? No, but not just for app's sake, okay? It's really to plug and to solve a problem, and we have a timeline, and we have a roadmap, and we are, like when you say MHub, we are assembling the hub. There's a hub of different things, and it needs to be done. All right, so these are different apps that we have to meet different needs for different people. Right, I won't go into details, but Quack will go into a bit later, but I won't go into too much because it will take a longer time. Next. Audience building, okay? I'm sure some of you have seen this deck that we've put on our website, as it maybe have been forwarded to you. But these are some of the numbers that we are quite proud of, okay? For a company that is about 4 years plus, but only actively the last 2 years we've launched an app and gone into the market, we already have about 50 billion worth of stocks on our platform, transacted close to 7 billion, right? Sometimes after a while the billion is like 1 or 2 billion. I was like, it's like thank you. After your first 5 billion, you're like, 6 or 7 billion, was it 8 billion? And we work with all these meaningful partnerships with different banks and different developers. So we have 36 developers, 4,000 users, 300 projects. So it's not to say that tools and then audience building, we still try and see. We've already in the market, we've already got people using, and the proof of concept is done, traction is growing. Now the next phase, which Quack will share, is scaling and hyper growth, right? Next. Rules and standards, okay? As I mentioned earlier, there's many people involved. right? Some of you are in this room as well. You know the headache that you have to go through. Talk to this person, talk to that person, this paper, and then there's gap here, there's paperwork, there's wait here, wait there, here, da, 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 da. It's a real headache, right? And the rules and standards that we've come up with, I wouldn't say that we are perfect yet, but I would say that we are solving one problem at a time, and people are listening, and people are using, and people are practicing, right? And we are listening. One thing about us, MHub, is that we listen. Why some of the people work with us, even though we are young, is that we take time to actually sit down with them and listen, and to not just say, oh no, it's like that, just use it as it is. I know some of you may know some companies where I bill you this product, you just use it, okay? Don't ask any questions, just use. You don't like, too bad lah, this is the only product they have. But no, not us, we want to engage, and we know because the next MHub, okay, the next killer app may come, maybe just behind us. So we want to be ahead and keep being relevant as the market leader. And that's very important. We can never lose sight of that. We can never be too complacent, right? Thank you. I like this guy, man. Again, I got to talk to you later. I don't really know you, but I'll say hi. Okay, next. And matchmaking. We have the tools on the platform later. We will go more into it, but we have tools that will actually, with our partnership with Tongdun, with our partnership with Juwai, with different tech providers, with CTOS, we have assembled the tools that's necessary to make meaningful connections. To know the buyer's creditworthiness, to know their debt service ratio, to know their secrets. And with this information, because it's so valuable and so meaningful, all at the same time addressing security and being PDPA compliant, banks see us differently because they get warm leads and they work with us because, you know, again, people are not loyal to brands. People are not loyal to one app or another. They are loyal to themselves ultimately, right? They are loyal to themselves. They want tools that will help them to compare A, B. They want tools and apps that will compare the best rates for them, the best products for them. That's how people are. Any app or any brand that says that, no, we are the best and people love us, pretty soon, within the next 1-2 years, they're out of business really because they need to stay on the cutting edge, right? So we are the platform. Going back to the whole thing about platforms, we are the platforms for many to sell and many to buy. Many sell property, many banks provide loans, many buyers. It's all, we are just a platform. Whoever wins, whoever in the banks or the property developers, whoever it is, we just help a win-win-win scenario to make meaningful connections. All right, are we clear? Next. So, something interesting is happening. Don't just Google it. Be a part of it. All right, I'll end here. Okay, this is my invitation to you, okay? Before I go off, I want to show a video of an event that we did last year. Was it last year?
Ready? 1, 2, go. So today marks our very significant milestone between MHub and Tongdun. We actually signed our memorandum of understanding. I think we can actually have more people like becoming those potential good home buyers can easily get to their mortgages and so on. So this is very interesting area, and I think it's very meaningful to the society. Looking forward to a lot of success in our joint journey.
So we are glad that all of you can celebrate along with us. Yeah.
We have 20 billion worth of stocks listed by close to 30 property developers, and I'm confident that by end of this year we're going to process 6 billion worth of bookings, through within MHub platform. We would like to target 16% market share in 3 years' time. That's our goal.
Doing something like that, affecting people's life, is like in my passions, and that's why today I have a lot of passion about what we are supposed to do in the next years to come together with MHub.
We are the enabler. Come and work together. We will help you to grow.
To use our technology to affect 4 billion people in the world.
Actually, MHub is one of those partners that I think is so special for us.
We believe with the tie-up with Tongdun, our consumer app will be the most advanced fraud detection and prevention technology in Malaysia, if not Southeast Asia. With your presence and with your support, I'm really, really confident that we can do this together. Thank you very much.
All right. So this was, okay, thank you. So this was last year, so the numbers there outdated. No more 30 billion and no longer those numbers, it's more than that. I would like to right now invite to the front this lady who is a regional sales director of Tongdun International. Before this, she's a veteran in the credit rating industry. She was with CTOS, CBM before joining Tongdun. So can I join me in welcoming Oi Mun. Oi Mun actually just landed freshly from Vietnam at 7 or 8 p.m. and she just agreed to come here today. And I'm going to ask her just a few quick questions. Wow, nice shoes. Okay, come. Come. Oi Mun, come. Thank you for being here and to support this event and to just ask 1 or 2 questions. Okay, it's not going to be long. Okay. I promise her it won't be long because she just landed. She needs to rest. So I just want to ask. Okay, you have worked with MHub on several occasions. Starting from your time at the credit rating agency. What was your first impression of MHub?
Oh, okay. First impression. Okay, when I first met MHub team, MHub was fairly new that time. Yeah. Okay. So, but the first impression that I have is actually the MHub team is really very capable. They are very dynamic, energetic, innovative, because they actually so creative that they can actually think of, you all can actually think of the engaging the gaps in the market which is ready for disruptions. So yeah, I think this was my first impression. But most importantly is actually this MHub team, they have this feeling, the spirit, which is can-do spirit. Wow. It's like my favorite brand.
Wow, just do it, wow, okay. Thanks for saying that.
It's this can-do spirit, just do it. And most importantly is actually, they really do what they say. They really focus and deliver and achieve what they already set for themselves. Yeah. So today, I think we are very happy that we see MHub grow to this stage. Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. Okay, you being the regional sales of Tongdun, why did you, okay, on top of all the things that you said, why did you choose to partner with MHub?
Very clear, the options. I think the option is very clear. For the benefit of the rest, maybe you never heard about Tongdun. Tongdun is quite new in Malaysia, but Tongdun is actually one of the unicorn globally, the unicorn that just Jason mentioned. We have a lot of success stories in China, but in Malaysia, in ASEAN, we are very new. Yeah, so why we want to work with MHub is actually, MHub, we need partners locally, where they understand the local issue, they understand the market very well, and they know the know-how to engage the stakeholders. Yeah, so that's the reason.
Cool.
Yeah.
One last question, okay. How has yours and your team's experience working at MHub, and more in the terms of the potential moving forward, what do you think is in store for MHub and maybe also with Tongdun together in the future with our partnership? So whatever comes to mind.
Positive, and very positive. So it's positive because it's very excited and very encouraging to see how MHub using partner with Tongdun Solutions for the new experience of the customer journey. And we are very confident that moving forward, our solution that we build can actually become very helpful and very value added to the property sales transactions, as well as maybe eventually it will be the industry standard in Malaysia and in ASEAN.
Wow. We'll take it. We remember that, huh? Not just Malaysia, Asian. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Oi Mun. Thank you. Round of applause for Oi Mun. All right. Thanks.